Seattle Seahawks finished their two-day joint session practice sessions with the Tennessee Titans. So let's go to the video.
There it is. Good. Said hit. More outside. Said hit outside. Good. Good. Sport up and outside to the inside. Said hit. Good. Go coming down low. Said hit. Good. Outside. All right. This is motivation for you to know. Run here wide off. And then fucking
getting this kind of work against a team like that, do you think will help you guys?
I think it's gonna help us a lot. Like I said, we just seeing as far as where we at, what we need to work on, like our mentality, how to practice and stuff like that. But I think we're in great shape today because we was hot and none of us like caught cramps or anything like that. It went down. So I just feel like shout out Coach Vandana for practicing us how we practice, and then that just made us better over here.
It seems like Reek has been just stacking a lot of good days and has a pick today. What have you seen out of him in this training camp so far?
I think Reed has a point to prove. A lot of people say he had a down year last year, and I think he took that to heart. You know what I'm saying? He really don't pay attention to it, but I feel like he want to prove, not to everybody else, he really don't care what everybody else say, but I think he want to prove to himself that he better than what he was and what he put on tape. A little bit down, man. We started off a little slow. I think we played down to our level of competition. And then today we just picked it up, got back to our original selves and just did what we normally do, which is communicate, and then we go out there, ball, have fun with it. So they've been out there doing their thing. I think something we need to work on is play action. I think we got to work on that as far as getting to our drops and our depth and learning when it's coming, and then what formations we're going to get play action out of as well. So, but linebackers been on one, man. They've been playing downhill, and they've been in their windows in that zone. So.
Well, it worked.
Yeah. Well, how we handle it, I'll keep that like in-house. But the guys realize, just like we said yesterday, like we're going to be evaluated on what shows up on tape. And if we're getting into fights and we're not keeping our composure, that's not the best for us or the team. God forbid somebody got hurt during that time, which is just totally unnecessary. Things you don't want to avoid. And the guys did a great job. You know, and again, it's like 2 days. You know, practicing against the same team, things get a little heated. You're going against the same guys. You watch the tape from the day before. You know, people are getting charged up, so but it's good. You know, it's the guys did a great job at keeping their composure, and we got a lot of good work done. Like I always said from the beginning, it's a competition. So I wanted to see what Christian could do with it once. When you look back, a lot of good things watching with the guys. Hit our explosive mark. But there's a lot of room for improvement too. And I think on both sides of the ball, there's a lot of scheming. How good at the details can we really nail down and be sharp, and also be able to play the way that we want to play is what we're chasing right now. So again, I was with defense again all today, so I can't wait to watch offense and see. Well, that's Spoon. I mean, I know we do the joking thing back and forth, but we love him, and he is a great player. We expect great things out of him, and you know, for him to make plays on the ball like he did today, that's what our team needs, and that's, you know, we're happy for him when he makes those. He's working his tail off. He's very detail oriented. Like, he does not make the same mistake twice, and he's doing a great job. You know, we have a standard of how we want to communicate here, and we didn't meet it yesterday, and I felt like the guys were, you know, having more sense of urgency out there. You know, when you get lined up, and if you communicate the right way, it's a lot easier to play, and that means you're confident. And I'm pretty sure in the history of football, there hasn't been a good, quiet defense. So. Can you? I just think you know, it's your second day. You're practicing at 8 a.m. your time. There's a lot of things going on. The mentality to come out and practice and be sharp and try to put our best foot forward and improve. I think you see that across the board, especially with the vets. So to single one person out probably doesn't do everybody else justice.
All right, so there you go. And let me tell you, today's practice was as hot as the Nashville weather. It is hot and it is humid. But anyways, I would say that the players were really more focused on the business at hand. Sounds like the coaches talked to the players a little bit after yesterday's practice in terms of, hey, what are we here for? Stay focused on that. But that did not stop some of the trash talking that went on today. And as focused as the players were on the business at hand, as I said, trash talking between Jamal Adams, Quandre Diggs, and Devon Witherspoon was at an all-time high, and it was comedy. And so something to the, and I'm going to paraphrase here, something to the extent of, hey, you better keep an eye on Sam Howell because he's going to be playing, because that offensive line is going to get Geno killed. And you know who said that? Again, paraphrase, Jamal Adams, and Devon Witherspoon comes back with something of saying, hey, you know what? Come over here on this field and help your offense because they're getting killed. So, yeah, I mean, that was just some of the fun that happened today. It was going back and forth, and after practice, everything was cool. In fact, I actually will post later today a video of exclusive video of Quandre Diggs talking about his time in Seattle and also here, because that's what we try to do. But, you know, you don't make this stuff up. After the little trash talking, they went into one-on-one drills. Guess who had an interception? You know it. Devon Witherspoon picks off, gets an interception, runs down along the Tennessee sidelines. Guess who he looked for? You know it, Jamal Adams, and he gave Jamal Adams the ball. Again, some playfulness, but there was some seriousness. In terms of the practice itself, Christian Haynes started at right guard over Anthony Bradford We asked Mike McDonald about that switch, and he said, it's always all about competition. I'm not saying that that's how it's going to end, but in his last 2 practices, it looked like Christian Haynes has stepped forward at the right guard for the moment. The rest of the offensive line for Seattle, you saw Oluwatimi at center, Lake Tomlinson left guard, Charles Cross left tackle, and George Fant at right tackle. And so some other highlights: Jake Bobo over there, covered, right corner of the end zone, one-handed touchdown catch. I mean, just incredible, just jaw-dropping, and everybody was like, wow. For us, as you all Seahawk fans know, it's just another day. And also, DK Metcalf continues to, I would just say, really, he arrives, he continues to ascend each practice and everything else. He had a couple really nice catches up there in the middle, his big body up there, snatches the ball out of the air, and it was at least, 20, 25-yard gain. And then also, what do I got? Yep. And DK Metcalf, Jake Bobo. And what we didn't see, a couple players we didn't see today, Zach Charbonnet was not here. We saw him. We did not see Connor Williams. And just trying to think no, and I think that's really it in terms of players that we didn't see in practice. And Mike Morris also did not practice today. So we'll just have to see what happens on Saturday, because that's when the Seahawks will take on the Tennesse Titans in the preseason game. And as on record, don't look for a lot of the majority of the starters to play that game. I'm sure there'll be some that are sprinkled in there, but for the most part, the starters will not play.